Starting from January 1st of this year, the new minimum wage law was applied in Massachusetts, raising all non-tipped workers' minimum wage from $8 an hour to $9 an hour, and gradually reached $11 an hour in 2017. However, minimum wage earners argue that it is not enough compared to the current cost to live. Many also joined the campaign Fight for 15, aiming to get $15 an hour.
Well, the reason I'm here is because we're fighting for $15.
But Zilda Ventura is one of those. She is a PCA. Every morning, she leaves home to take care of her customer, Elena Rosario.
I've been with her for 3 years now. She won't have someone, to come here and be with her or to take her to her doctor's appointment. Like I was saying, she lives alone and I usually come take care of her. So I'm her caretaker and I'm here with her 20 hours a week, which is 3 hours a day. And when I'm not with her, she gets very depressed. So, I'm with her. I take her to her doctor's appointment. I pretty much do everything in her home.
She's everything to me, and she does everything for me. She bathes me, she cooks for me, she cleans for me, she takes me to do the groceries, she takes me to my doctor's appointment, she takes me to get my prescriptions at the doctor's office or at the pharmacy. She does everything for me. She's a great PCA and she's very human. She's a sweet and kind person. And I want her to continue her job as a PC with me. Without her, I would be nothing.
We go walking every day because it helps her joints and her muscles, and she likes when I go there and I talk with her and I keep her company. That's pretty much what I do as a job for my living, and I enjoy my job. I love my job. I love to help other people. I love to assist the elderly. Unfortunately, it's only 20 hours a week, so it's not enough to pay my bills. And I would like for our wages to go up so that I can make more with what I'm doing. And I feel like we're not just PCA cares, we're their helpers, we're like assisting them, and I think we deserve more.
Of course she does. Of course she does. What I get paid is nothing compared to what I should be getting paid. Seeing the conditions that I am and everything that she does for me, she deserves to be getting more.
It wasn't easy being unemployed, having a 13, 14-year-old son that, I have to support and I have to feed and I have to maintain. And I'm very family orientated. I do things around the house and I get together with my family, with my grandfather and with my mother and my sister. My hope is to continue to do this job and to get a better pay.
Ventura's friend, Lesbia Violet, also a PCA, shares the same opinion with her. She has to find a second job to pay the bills.
Because of the pay that I gotta do extra work. I gotta work. I look for everything I could do. I could canvas. I do cleaning houses. I do like taking people to an appointment to get extra money because we need money. We need the money. It's not that we want the money to pay our yacht, to pay for an airplane. It's the things that we need every day. So we need the money to pay for the things that we deserve.
At $13.38 an hour, it's not enough to cover our bills. It's not enough to cover the rent. It's not enough to cover the car insurance. My hope is to continue to do this job and to get a better pay. We're fighting to get, $15 an hour, and I'm a member of 1199 SEIU, and we are big supporters to fight for what we deserve. And we go to the State House and we fight and we let them know what is it that we bring to the table. Because if we don't fight, we're not going to get what we want. Not one person can go there and fight. We have to do it as a group. And our union is really big, and there's a lot of PCAs, and we go together and fight so the state can hear our voices and they can see what we do as a living.
Minimum wage earners from all kinds of occupations came together to fight for their rights. Fight for unfair pay, disrespect, treatment, and jobs with no health insurance. In the State House, workers shared their personal stories that drove them to this campaign. Later in the Fight for 15 and the union hearing, the issue and people's demand were properly presented to the state legislature.
Further down the line, as we go further, we were going to continue to ask for more for my son, for my grandfather that's here.
Ventura's grandmother had a severe stroke several years ago and has to stay in care center 24 hours a day. So Ventura also takes care of her grandfather.
So he stays here and visits my grandma like every day for like 2-3 hours and then comes back to the house. He's in support of the 5 for 15. He came with me to do a rally outside the State House, and he was all about it. And he said it was very nice, and he supports what we're doing for the 5 for 15. He says he supports for healthcare workers that work with elderly people to get the $15 an hour because what they do, their job is not easy, and he thinks that $15 is actually not enough for the jobs they do. Or the job that I do.
Well, if I get $17 or $18 an hour, I'm going to do my best to get out of here, this area where I live. It's not a good area for my son, and it's not a good area for myself, and I want a better education for him, so I would like to move to a better place where I can afford to be and move out of this area. My concern is, like, there's a lot of gang members, there's a lot of, drive-bys, and I don't want that type of living for my son. I don't want my son to end up in the streets, and that's why I'm fighting. I'm fighting for me and also for my parents and grandparents.